In 2025, two smartphones sit right at the top of the market: the Apple iPhone 17 Pro Max and the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. These are not just expensive phones. They're the most powerful, most ambitious devices Apple and Samsung have built this year. The Galaxy S25 Ultra was released in February 2025. The iPhone 17 Pro Max arrived about 8 months later in September. Both companies focused on improving design, cameras, battery life, and AI features. But they took very different approaches. Design and build quality. Let's start with design, because this is where the differences become obvious immediately. The iPhone 17 Pro Max introduces a completely new look. Apple moved to a unified aluminum and glass body and placed the cameras on a large raised plateau on the back. This new design slightly reduces weight compared to the previous generation, but the phone is still heavy, around 233 grams according to multiple sources. The rounded aluminum edges do make it more comfortable to hold, especially during long use. However, aluminum is more prone to scratches than glass. And because Apple also introduced bold colors, including options like cosmic orange, the back can show wear more easily. Realistically, this is a phone you'll want to use with a case. Samsung took a very different path. The Galaxy S25 Ultra uses a titanium frame with Gorilla Armor 2 on the back. The glass is matte, highly resistant, and has excellent anti-reflective properties. Samsung also refined the shape: flatter edges, softer corners, and a noticeable weight reduction compared to the S24 Ultra. It feels more industrial, more durable, and more tool-like than the iPhone. And of course, there's the S Pen. Even though Bluetooth features were removed, having a built-in stylus for notes, photo editing, or document signing is still a major advantage for many users. Display: both phones feature massive 6.9-inch displays with adaptive refresh rates up to 120 Hz. On paper, they're very close, but in practice, there are key differences. The iPhone 17 Pro Max offers the brightest display on the market, reaching up to 3000 nits at peak brightness. This makes everyday use, gaming, and HDR content extremely punchy and vibrant. Samsung's Galaxy S25 Ultra, on the other hand, has a higher resolution, 3120 by 1440, with a noticeably higher pixel density. Text looks incredibly sharp, and fine details in videos really stand out. Where Samsung truly pulls ahead is reflection control. Thanks to Gorilla Armor 2, glare is significantly reduced, making the screen easier to read outdoors and under strong lighting. Performance and hardware. This is where Apple flexes its silicon advantage. The iPhone 17 Pro Max runs on the A19 Pro, a 3nm chip paired with 12 gigabytes of RAM and a vapor chamber cooling system. In real-world testing, performance is extremely stable. Even in heavy gaming sessions, frame drops are minimal. Apple claims up to 40% better sustained performance compared to the previous generation, and based on testing, that claim doesn't feel exaggerated. Storage options go all the way up to 2 terabytes, which is great for creators shooting ProRes or log video. Samsung uses the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, also paired with 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's very fast and handles demanding tasks easily, but under prolonged heavy load, it doesn't stay as cool or as consistent as the iPhone. That said, Samsung offers much better multitasking tools. A split screen, floating windows, and S Pen integration make the Galaxy feel more like a pocket computer than a phone. On the software side, iOS 26 introduces Apple Intelligence, with features like live translation and improved screenshot tools. However, the new liquid glass design and notification behavior have been criticized, and Siri still feels underwhelming. One UI 7 on Android 15 brings Galaxy AI features like circle to search, generative photo editing, and call translation, though some of these features feel inconsistent or gimmicky in daily use. Cameras. Both phones are camera monsters, but they focus on different strengths. The iPhone 17 Pro Max uses 348 megapixel sensors, main, ultra wide, and a 4 times telephoto. It offers clean 4 times optical zoom and usable digital zoom up to 8 times. Photo results are natural, balanced, and consistent. Skin tones are accurate, highlights are controlled, and video performance is excellent, especially with ProRes, log recording, and dual recording modes. Samsung goes all in on versatility. The Galaxy S25 Ultra features a 200 megapixel main sensor, a 50 megapixel ultra wide, a 50 megapixel 5 times telephoto, and a 10 megapixel 3 times telephoto. It supports optical zoom up to 10 times and digital zoom up to 100 times. This gives you far more creative freedom when shooting distant subjects. Low light performance on the new ultra-wide camera is also improved. However, Samsung's shutter speed can be slower with moving subjects, and color processing tends to be warmer and sometimes oversaturated. Battery and charging. Battery performance is another area where these phones feel different in daily use. The iPhone 17 Pro Max packs a battery just over 5,000 mAh in the US model. Thanks to efficiency gains from the A19 Pro, it easily lasts more than a full day and often closer to a day and a half. Wireless charging is also faster, reaching up to 25 watts with MagSafe or Qi 2. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has a 5,000 mAh battery and supports 45 watts wired charging, which is slightly faster than the iPhone. In moderate use, some users report close to 2 days of battery life, but in heavy use, it drains faster than the iPhone. Software support and ecosystem. Apple continues to offer long-term software support, usually well beyond 5 years. The ecosystem, iMessage, FaceTime, AirDrop, is still unmatched if you're already invested in Apple devices. Samsung promises at least 7 years of updates, which is impressive. Features like DX, Quick Share, and deep integration with Google and Microsoft services make the Galaxy ecosystem very powerful. The S Pen also enhances interaction across Samsung devices in ways Apple simply doesn't offer. Final verdict. There is no absolute winner here. If you value performance, stability, video quality, battery efficiency, and the clean ecosystem, the iPhone 17 Pro Max makes more sense. If you want maximum zoom, better outdoor visibility, advanced multitasking, and the flexibility of the S Pen, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is the stronger option. Both phones are among the best of 2025. The right choice depends entirely on how you use your phone.